Josh right here, back again with another video. It's been a while since we've done a video, guys, but today we're going to be discussing DeAndre Hopkins. Of course, DeAndre Hopkins, for those of you who don't know, he is a starting wide receiver. He was with the Texans and he was with the Arizona Cardinals last season, and there have been talks about him originally being traded. However, about a week ago, the Cardinals released DeAndre Hopkins. It looks like they're just going to tank, and the Cardinals going into this coming season, they're going to be projected to be the worst team in the NFL. But there was an article that came out today from CBS. Decided to kind of go through it and make a little video on it. So yeah, let's get to it. So DeAndre Hopkins free agency markets. The Bills express interest alongside a few other teams. You can see the Cowboys, the Jets, the Titans, the Lions, the Jaguars, and the Bills have all discussed with Hopkins since he was released. This article was posted by Jeff Kerr. Speaking of articles, I'm actually in the middle of writing one. I just write these for just because. So let's get to it. If you guys hear noise in the back, it's my dog and my cats. Anyway, so D-Hop has been a free agent for more than a week, yet the teams pursuing the five-time Pro Bowl wide receiver are limited to this point. The Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills were reportedly active in acquiring Hopkins prior to his release and are believed to still have interest in signing him. The Bills confirmed their desire in adding the all-pro receiver, who is a big fan of their quarterback, Josh Allen. We're all about people who wanted to come to Buffalo. Buffalo Bills general manager Brandon Beane said on the Pat McAfee show on Monday. We love it, especially if they fit. Obviously, DeAndre is a heck of a talent. He caught a Hail Mary on us in the COVID season, and nothing but respect for him. It would definitely have to fit with how he would structure the salary and all that. Never ruling out, but we know he's a good player and he'll probably command a decent contract. The teams that aren't pursuing Hopkins have also publicized their lack of interest in him. Hours after New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh and Tennessee Titans head coach Mike Vrabel all but said their teams won't be signing DeAndre Hopkins, the three-time first-time All-Pro wide receiver put out this cryptic tweet. And this tweet goes, and it's pretty much just him and a bunch of the monkey emojis, kind of like a surprise, which got 21.3 likes. And I would love to know how many. It's gotten 2.5k replies, and I imagine it got a bunch of retweets as well. So DeAndre Hopkins is also assigned with Clutch Sports last week after previously representing himself. Kelton Crenshaw sounds very close to Clayton Kershaw from the Dodgers, but anyway, will be Hopkins' agent going forward as he seeks out a new team. Crenshaw also represents Devontae Smith, Chase Young, and Kayvon. I'm not pronouncing that name. But yeah, Devontae Smith and Chase Young, all of whom are in the NFC East. Let's see what else. As for the first two teams that passed on Hopkins, the Jets coach has referenced that we love our current group when referring to the Jets, who revamped their wide receiver room this offseason after acquiring Aaron Rodgers from the Packers. The Titans didn't revamp the position like the Jets did, but Vrabel said the team is focused on the players they have here. Tennessee didn't rule out Hopkins, but he doesn't appear to be an option. One of the NFC's top teams is the Dallas Cowboys, kicked off the month by June by discussing their satisfaction with their current wide receiver room. Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy, he said that he really liked the look of his group. When asked about the team's interest in D-Hop, there's nothing good that comes out of those answers. Hop is a hell of a talent. McCarthy's boss, Cowboys COO and EVP Stephen Jones, agreed with McCarthy in his vote of confidence on their wide receiver room on Monday. He's not on this team right now, Cowboys COO and EVP Stephen Jones said on Monday per The Athletic. We went down the road with Brandon Cooks. We're very comfortable with Cooks. We're really pleased with our receiving group. And then Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell had a similar reaction to Mike McCarthy on June 1st. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that, Dan Campbell said when asked about adding Hopkins, but I like our receivers room. I think we're a good mix of different types of guys. I think it's important really in your skill positions between tight ends, backs, and receivers that you have a mix of different types of skill sets. And I feel like we have that. We've got possession, explosive, we've got speed, we've got consistency, quickness. So I just think we have a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. So the more versatility you have, that opens up your packages personnel-wise, matchup-wise. Another up-and-head coming coach or team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, also saw their head coach double down on the current group of receivers over the prospect of adding Hopkins. I mean, it's hard to speak on guys because we got a really good room right now. Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson said at the team's mini camp on Monday, it's hard to add someone of his caliber, his talent, to a room that's already talented. You consider everything, but at this time, it's not a reality for us to bring someone unlike that in. And Hopkins has this 8th-month receiving yard through a player's first 10 seasons in NFL history with 11,298 and the 4th most receptions after a player's first 10 seasons with 853. Hopkins averaged 7.1 catches per game, 4th in the NFL, and 79.7 receiving yards per game, which is 10th in the NFL. Despite only playing 9 games last season, he's been in a first-team All-Pro 3 times and selected to the Pro Bowl 5 times in his 10 NFL seasons. There's still excellent value in signing Hopkins, which he's eager to prove in 2023 for a contending team. And honestly, so giving out my opinion on Diop, like I imagine a lot of teams are definitely interested in bringing him in, and I understand Diop, he wants to go to a contender. He wants to win a Super Bowl, wants to get to the playoffs. But I don't know. It seems like a lot of the bigger teams, like a lot of these teams here, like they've done quite a bit during the offseason. Like the Cowboys, they brought in Brandon Cooks. The Jets bringing in a bunch of a lot of guys from Green Bay, including Aaron Rodgers and now I keep forgetting his name. Like you get what I mean. Like Aaron Rodgers and friends from Green Bay to New York. The Lions, they were pretty big at the draft. The Jaguars, I mean, they're a very young upcoming team. They look like they're going to be pretty decent, especially with Christian Kirk. There's no doubt in my mind I think Christian Kirk's going to have a good season. And then the Bills, they have a good offense led by Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. But it would be interesting to see the Bills try and add more on to their core. But let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are on DeAndre Hopkins. Where do you guys think he will go? Which teams do you think have the best shot at signing him? What teams do you think Diop would want to go to? Let me know in the comments below. This is Josh Wright signing out.